Picture this. You check your bank accounts one random Tuesday night. You add everything up: savings, checking, investments, and for the first time ever, the number crosses $120,000. And instead of feeling rich, you feel weird. Not excited, not relieved, just kind of neutral. You're still thinking about bills, still hesitating before buying flights, still worried one bad year could mess everything up, and you're sitting there thinking, wait, I thought this was supposed to feel better than this. If that sounds familiar, yeah, you're exactly who this video is for. My name is William, and I spend way too much time thinking about money, wealth, and why financial milestones don't feel the way we expect them to. If you're someone who is saving, investing, doing the right things, but still doesn't feel financially secure, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because today, we're breaking down why $120,000 doesn't feel rich, and why it still quietly changes everything. Here's the thing. Most people grow up believing there's a number where life flips. Like, once I hit 6 figures, I'll relax. Once I have real savings, money stress goes away. Once I'm ahead of the average person, I'll feel rich. But $120,000 doesn't trigger that emotional switch. And that's not a failure, it's psychology. Look, according to the Federal Reserve's Survey of Consumer Finances, the median net worth for Americans under 40 is around $40,000, and for all households, it's roughly $193,000. So on paper, if you've reached $120,000, you're doing better than most people your age. But emotionally, your brain doesn't care about averages. Your brain cares about risk, safety, and future uncertainty. And this is where things start to get interesting. Here's what most people don't realize. $120,000 is powerful, but it's not visible money. You don't quit your job, upgrade your lifestyle overnight, stop worrying about healthcare, rent, or inflation, and because your life doesn't look dramatically different, your brain says, this doesn't count yet. Meanwhile, social media is showing you people driving $80,000 cars, living in luxury apartments, traveling non-stop, even though statistically over 60% of Americans can't cover a $1,000 emergency without debt. You still feel behind. That comparison gap is brutal. Now, let's get practical for a second. $120,000 sounds huge until you break it down. Let's say $60,000 is in retirement accounts, $30,000 is invested in taxable accounts, $30,000 is cash or emergency savings. Now subtract reality. Inflation averages approximately 3%. Healthcare costs are rising approximately 5 to 6% annually. Housing costs have outpaced wages for over a decade. Your brain is doing the math subconsciously and thinking, this still isn't enough to protect me. And your brain isn't wrong, because $120,000 isn't freedom money, it's buffer money. This is one of the most frustrating financial stages. You're no longer broke, but you're not untouchable. You still need your paycheck. You still feel vulnerable to layoffs. You still think twice before big purchases. Psychologists call this loss aversion. The pain of losing money feels twice as strong as the pleasure of gaining it. So once you've built something meaningful, your brain becomes protective, not celebratory. You're not thinking, look how far I've come. You're thinking, I can't mess this up. Now this is where it gets really interesting. Even though $120,000 doesn't feel rich, it changes how money works for you. Let's do the math. A conservative 7% annual return on $120,000 equals about $8,400 per year. That's $700 per month, without adding a single dollar. That's your money quietly starting to pull its own weight. And here's the key shift most people miss. You're no longer building wealth alone. Your money has officially joined the effort. Here's something subtle. Once people cross roughly $100,000 to $150,000, their decisions change. even if they don't realize it. They negotiate salaries more confidently, take smarter career risks, leave bad jobs sooner, say no to toxic situations because deep down they know, I have time. Time is the real luxury, not stuff. Now you might be thinking, William, if $120,000 isn't rich, what is? Fair question, and here's the honest answer. There is no single number. Feeling rich isn't about net worth. It's about optional income. When your investments can cover food, housing, healthcare, basic lifestyle. That's when stress drops. For most people, that happens closer to $500,000 to $750,000, depending on lifestyle. So if $120,000 feels underwhelming, good. It means you're awake. This is where I get slightly frustrated. Most people do one of two dumb things here. Mistake number one, they inflate their lifestyle to reward themselves. New car, bigger apartment, more subscriptions. Mistake number two, they get scared and stop taking smart risks. They hoard cash, avoid investing, freeze progress. Both slow you down. Here's the smarter play. Step 1, lock in your safety. Keep 6 to 12 months of expenses in cash, not for returns, for peace. Step 2, automate growth. Every raise should increase investing before lifestyle. Step 3, protect upside. This is the stage 2, invest consistently. Diversify. Avoid get-rich-quick garbage. Step 4, measure progress differently. Stop asking, do I feel rich? Start asking, how many months of freedom did I buy this year? I once talked to someone who hit $120,000 and felt disappointed. 5 years later, same habits, same discipline. That number quietly crossed $400,000, and that's when they realized the boring years were the most important ones. $120,000 doesn't feel rich because it isn't meant to. It's not the finish line, it's the launch pad. It's the stage where patience matters more than excitement. And if you're here right now, you're ahead, even if it doesn't feel like it yet. Look, most people never get here. They spend everything. They never build momentum. They never let money work with them. If you've reached this stage, or you're close, don't sabotage it out of frustration. Stay boring. Stay consistent. Let time do the heavy lifting. If this video helped you reframe where you're at financially, hit the like button. It helps more than you think. Subscribe if you want honest conversations about money without the hype. And comment below. What number do you think will finally make you feel secure? I'll see you in the next one.